Hello everyone, hope you all are ready. Today we're going to do an English grammar lesson. It's about present simple, or else we call it simple present. Simple present tense. What do you mean by the word tense? It's often used tense. When you say present tense, that means present time. Past tense, that means past time. And when you say future tense, that's future time. So tense means the time of the action, the time of the action. Today we are looking for this present simple. First, look at this example given here. I am working. I am working. In this example, you see the verb, it is with ing, ing. And also you have am. So, the idea of this sentence is the action is happening now. I am working. That means the action working, it's happening now. This kind of sentence is called a present continuous tense. A present continuous. Sometimes we call it present progressive as well. We call it present progressive as well. Let's talk about present simple now. Here, as you know now, the action is happening now. The action is happening now. But if you want to talk about the actions in general, I mean the actions that happen daily, or else the actions that happen every day, usually, or the actions that you do as habits, or we call habitual actions. So when we are talking about that kind of actions, we have to use present simple. Present simple. Look at these examples given. The verb here is work. And you can see that in present simple with all these pronouns, I, you, we, they, he, she, it, we use the verb in this way. Now look at the example again. I work, you work, we work, they work. Clear? When it comes to the other pronouns, he works, she works, it works. Hope you got a simple idea. Let's dig deeper. Let's try to understand when to use present simple. There are many instances where we use present simple. When we are talking about permanent events, when you are talking about routines, when you're talking about facts, when you're talking about schedules, and also when you want to talk about the frequency of the action. So let's look at some examples here. We live in Colombo. We live in Colombo. Actually here, this is the place where you permanently live. So when you are talking about where you live, permanently rather, okay? So when you talk about the place where you live, we use simple present. Also, when you talk about the usual place of work where you normally work, then again you use simple present. So this example, he works at a bank. So this is the place where he normally works. So when you are talking about permanent actions like where you live, where you work, so you have to use PS present simple. And I wake up at 6, routine. See, normally every day, so you normally wake up at 6 and you go to sleep at 10. So when you talk about these kind of routine events, you have to use present simple. And some general facts: the birds fly in the sky, the birds fly in the sky, general fact. And the sun rises in the east, the sun rises in the east. So when you talk about that kind of facts, you have to use present simple. And what about these planned events? Planned events, we call them schedules, right? So our class starts at 9, our class starts at 9. So this means it is planned to start at 9. The bus leaves at noon, the bus leaves at noon. And here, frequency, it's very important, frequency. So to talk about this and to understand this rather, now look at the timeline given here. Never, rarely, sometimes, often, always. So these words show how often these action happens. When it is 0, the action is not happening, then we use never. If it happens like 10 to 20%, then we use the word rarely. And 50%, then you use sometimes. And like 75%, we can use often. 100% always. Now look at the example here. She always takes a bus. She always takes a bus. So it is here. Every day, every time, she takes a bus. Okay? She never takes a bus. That means here. Okay? So now you understand how we use these words when we talk about the frequency of the action. Right. There are a lot to learn about simple present. So on the screen you see 3 columns. Here I'm going to talk about the formation of present simple. In other words, how to make these structures. Okay? So basically we talk about the positive sentences in simple present, and we have to talk about the negative sentences in simple present, also the question form. Okay? Well, let's start with the positive part. You have 4 pronouns here, and look here, what are they? I, you, we, they. So with these pronouns, remember the verb is work. When you go down, you see 3 more pronouns: he, she, it. Here it is special. We don't use work, but here we use works. That's very important. You have to realize it. Okay, when you are starting a sentence with these pronouns, he, she, or it, then you have to add s here. That's why. and all these are positive. It says yes. When you say I work, you work, we work, they work, he works, she works, it works. All these positive. You want to say the negative idea. That means the action is not going to happen, or normally it doesn't happen. Okay, it doesn't happen. No sentences rather. Okay, you can use the same pronouns, but the negative form actually it is done using do not. Do not. You can have the contracted form of it, don't. Okay, don't. You say I don't work. I don't work. Or you can say we don't work. You don't work. They don't work. But if you want, you can say I do not work. You do not work. We do not work. They do not work. Also, you can use this contracted form or the contraction rather. Okay, I don't, you don't, we don't, they don't. So then it is negative. And here again another kind of special part, does not. Does not is used with these pronouns he, she, it. So we say he does not work, she does not work, it does not work. Or else you can use the contraction as he doesn't work, she doesn't work, it doesn't work. Clear? In negative, you should remember do not and does not. Do not is used with I, you, we, they. Does not is used with he, she, it. I hope it's clear. And another point I need to highlight here is when you are using does not, you have to drop this S. In the positive sentence, you said he works, but in the negative sentence, you say he does not work. He does not work. You can't say he does not works. That's wrong. Okay. Remember, in negative sentences, you have to drop this S. So he works, that is positive. In negative, it becomes he doesn't work. Positive, we have she works. In negative, we have she doesn't work. Hope you got it. Well, now let's look at this part. Question, formation of questions. How do you make the questions? Especially you have these two words, do and does. Do and does. So you have to start your question with these two words. Okay. If you are going to use these pronouns I, you, we, they, then you have to use do at the very beginning. So do I work? That's a question. Do you work? Do we work? Do they work? Okay. So when you make the question, start with do. And here you have the other singular pronouns he, she, it. There we are using does. Okay. Does he work? Does she work? Does it work? Okay, now you understand the difference between do and does. Do is used with I, you, we, they. Does is used with he, she, and it. Okay, and don't forget this one, S. It is there only in positive. In negative, we don't use S, and even in the question form, we don't use S. So, does he works? That's wrong. Does He worked. That's correct. And another important thing that you should know here, we can use question words like where, what, when, how. Yeah, when you use these question words when making questions in simple present, remember, better use them. First you have to start with that question word, and then you have to use do others. Say for example, where do you live? Where do you live? Do, it comes here after the question word. Where do you live? And what does she want? What does she want? Right? So you understand the point now, I hope. So when you are using a question word, you have to use that at the very beginning, before does and do. Where do you live? What does she want? Right. Hope you are getting everything. And another aspect in simple present, spelling changes. So the singular form of the verb, normally for most of the verbs we add s. Dance, dances. Cook, cooks. Sleep, sleeps. So these are the singular forms of the verb. Okay, I hope you remember when you are using he, she, it, you use the singular form of the verb. To make it singular, for most of the verbs we add s. Dance, dances. Cook, cooks. Sleep, sleeps. And verbs ending in s, sh, ch or x, we add es. Look at the example. Kiss, ss, then you add kisses, es is here. Okay, kiss, kisses. Wash, it is sh, washes. Teach, ch, teaches. Fix, fixes. Okay, again let's talk about that. Verbs ending in s, like kiss, kisses. Verbs ending in sh, like wash, becomes washes. Verbs ending in ch, like teach, teaches. Catch, catches. Verbs ending in x, fix, fixes. Right. And verbs ending in consonant and y. Consonant and y. So there what you have to do is drop y and add ies. I think when you look at the example, things will be really clear. See, study, the consonant is D, right? Y is there again, right? So then it says that you have to drop this Y and add IES. Study becomes studies. Try, drop this Y and add IES. Tries. It's easy, okay? Hope you got it. Right. And the other part, some verbs like go, goes, do, does, have, has. They are special. Remember, go, singular form is goes. Do, does, have, has. Okay, the spelling changes are pretty easy. Okay, right. And another aspect, the short answers. So when you speak with people, often we have to give the short answers. So when we give short answers in simple present, look how it happens here. Say the question, do they need help? Do they need help? If you want to give the positive answer in short or short positive answer, we say, yes they do, yes they do. And if you want to give the negative form, no they don't, no they don't. Positive answer is, yes they do. Negative is, no they don't. Do they need help? Yes they do. Do they help? Do they need help? No they don't. And remember, when it is positive, no contraction. Okay, right. Does he speak English? Does he speak English? Yes he does. Yes he does. No contraction. Does he speak English? No he doesn't. No he doesn't. Okay, no he doesn't. Do you like this song? Yes I do. Do you like this song? No I don't. See how easy it is, right? Short answers. Do they need help? Yes they do. Do they need help? No they don't. Does he speak English? Yes he does. Does he speak English? No he doesn't. Do you like this song? Yes I do. Do you like this song? No I don't. Right, that's how you give the short answers. Okay, although people know about this present simple, sometimes some people they make some mistakes. Hope you are not making those mistakes. Let's talk about some common errors that people make. I am living in Colombo. I am living in Colombo. If this is the place where you permanently live, then you can't use present continuous, you have to use simple present. So if this is your permanent place of living, then you have to use simple present. So it should be I live in Colombo. I live in Colombo, not I am living in Colombo. So if you are saying that I am living in Colombo, it's like temporarily you are living there. But if your usual place of living, or normally where I live, normally if you are living in Colombo, normally well, now here the point is actually I am living in Colombo. When you say like this, it's like I am living in Colombo. So here it's like you temporarily live in Colombo. But if you normally, if your permanent living place is Colombo, then you have to use simple present. I live in Colombo. Clear? Well, then the next example, we likes to travel. We likes to travel. I hope you understand this point here. This is a singular form of the verb, but here the subject is plural. So usually you know the subject verb agreement. When the subject is plural, verb should be plural. When the subject is singular, verb should be singular. In this case, the subject is plural, it is we, then you can't use likes, then you have to use like. So we like to travel, that's wrong. You have to use we like to travel. We like to travel. And that is a mistake in the verb form. He don't eat vegetables. He don't eat vegetables. Hope now you are getting it. Yes, we don't use this don't with he, we use doesn't. He doesn't eat vegetables. Okay, with he, she, it, we use doesn't. so you can't use don't here with eat. So the correct verb form is doesn't eat. He doesn't eat vegetables. Does you talk to him often? Does you talk to him often? Again another mistake here, right? If you want to use you here, then you have to start with do, right? Does is used only with he, she and it. As because the pronoun here is you have to start with do. Do you talk to him often? Do you talk to him often? And spelling errors. She tries to save money. She tries. You remember this? You have to drop y and add ies. She tries to save money. Yeah, it should be she tries to save money. T-R-I-E-S, tries. A spelling error. And what time you finish work? What time you finish work? Sometimes we hear people speak like this. What time you finish work? Yes, a word is missing. What is it? Do. Correct. What time do you finish work? What time do you finish work? So you have to correct it in that way. What time you finish work? That's wrong. You have to use do there. So what time do you finish work? Hope you understand these common errors that some people make. Okay, let's try a quiz here. Okay, what you can do is you can use your own paper. Okay, what you can do is you can write down your answer. Simply you can put number 1 and write A, B or C. Later on we can correct your answers. Okay, right. So let's get started. Hope you are ready with a pen and a paper or pencil and a paper. Ready? If not, pause the video for a while and then get ready. Right. Number 1, you can put number 1 there in your paper, right? We usually blank a movie on Saturday night. We usually a movie on Saturday night. So you have 3 options. Watches, here again another. Okay, so select the correct verb and write it here. Simply you can put A, B or C. And the second, enough time to study for the test. So you have 3 options. I'm not going to read this as because it's a quiz. Just select. Okay. Third one, I blank at 6 in the morning, my son at 6:30. Okay, 2 verbs there. First one should go here, the second one should go here. So select. Wakes up, wake up, wake up, wakes up, wake up, wake up. Number 4, blank any help. A, does they need any help? Do they need any help? Do they need any help? Select one option. Good. Hope you are trying all this with me. He, Portuguese is a language. He only English. Okay, I'm not going to read again because it's going to be so easy for you. Right. Sixth one, she and I blank to each other every week. Okay. Hope you have done it. Number 7, which is correct? Which is correct? What do you think? What you think? What does you think? Yeah, hope you found the answer. Number 8, Jack always his parents good night. Okay, 3 options. Right. Okay, fine. Number 9, do they need a place to stay? Do they need a place to stay? Yes, they do. Yes, they does. Yes, they don't. Short answers, right? Okay, hope you found the answer. Number 10, my husband, coffee, and I, tea. My husband, blank, coffee, and I, tea. Okay, drinks, drinks, drink, drinks, drinks, drink. Okay, take few seconds. Hope you are getting it. Okay, that's the end of the quiz, and hope you are ready to check your answers. Let's check your answers. You can mark your answers. The first one is watch. Second, do you have? Wake up, wakes up. Do they need? Doesn't speak, speaks. Right. What do you think? Wishes. Yes, they do. Drinks and drinks. Hope you got 10 out of 10. Okay, and you need to do more practice on this. Right. So we have come to the end of today's lesson. Okay, remember this, the more you practice, better your English becomes. The more you practice, better your English becomes. So thank you very much and good luck with your English.